What's going on, YouTube crew? It's your boy, the Film Scout, and today we're diving into episode 1 of the highly anticipated miniseries The Penguin starring Colin Farrell. We'll explore the origins of how this series came to be, give a quick story synopsis, and focus on the stellar behind-the-scenes crew that brought Gotham's gritty world to life. How does The Penguin stack up as a continuation of the Batman universe? Wait until you hear if The Penguin even deserves to have a series dedicated to it. Stick around until the end for my final verdict and score. So a little background on the series and how it came to be. Early development for a spinoff of the Batman 2022 was in the works when Colin Farrell became attached to the project in 2020. After Farrell's portrayal of the Penguin, director Matt Reeves suggested that a sequel could explore the character further, but the powers that be felt a TV series would be better suited for a character like the Penguin. Principal photography took place in New York, utilizing the soundstage at Silver Cup Studios in North Queens. The filming of the show was supposed to take place in Westchester County, New York in May 2023, but was delayed several times due to the Writers Guild of America strike. They were set to film at a church in Harlem, Manhattan the next day, but again, it was shut down because of the strikes. In June of last year, production came to a halt until after the strikes ended. Filming was expected to last for a maximum of 6 months, and one of the actors had only one more day of filming before the production was shut down. The writer's strike didn't end until late September of last year. Of course, the writer's strike was connected to the SAG-AFTRA strike, which didn't fully end until November of last year. Filming didn't resume until November 27th last year and wrapped up February 17th of this year. Quick side note, I was a little disappointed when I found out that the production took place in New York and not Chicago. If you're familiar with the Batman universe, then you know that Gotham City is based on Chicago. In my opinion, the production should have matched the city that Gotham is modeled after. The cinematographer and directors worked their magic to give the scenes a Chicago-esque feel, but to me, it felt like a bit of a cop-out that the filming didn't take place in Chicago, the actual Gotham City. The series takes place 1 week after the events of Batman 2022. It explores the power vacuum left in Gotham after the death of Carmine Falcone. For the first episode, I'll try my best to keep it spoiler-free, but I can't make any promises for the subsequent episodes. The show's main stars are Colin Farrell as the tutelar character Oswald Oz Cobb, aka the Penguin, Kristen Milioti as Sophia Falcone, a sociopathic maniac seeking control of Gotham's criminal underworld after being released from Arkham Asylum, and Renzi Felice as Victor Aguilar, who becomes a sort of chauffeur for the Penguin. Of course, there's a host of recurring characters that we'll get into as the show progresses. Colin Farrell as the Penguin is just as we remembered him from Batman 2022. He is so convincing as the character. The Penguin is cunning and conniving from the start of the episode. Even when confronted by members of the Falcone family, he stands his ground firmly. Speaking of feet, one of the things I absolutely love in the beginning of the episode is that you see Colin Farrell actually wobble like a penguin would in real life. His walk was everything when I saw it. I picked up on it right away and couldn't stop smiling. It was a great technique to add to the Penguin character, something we didn't get to see in the film. Michael Zingan as Alberto Falcone plays Sophia's younger brother who suffers from alcohol and drug abuse. You could tell right away that the Penguin uses this to his advantage. Alberto's role is just a short cameo in this episode, so I'll leave it at that. Kristen Milioti as Sophia Falcone is a calm before the storm. You can tell that Sophia didn't come to play. Now that she's been released from Arkham Asylum and her father is dead, she wants to sit at the head of the table of her family's dynasty. She's very subtle in her movements, but you can tell if you tick her off, it will be the last time you do so. Renzi Felice as Victor Aguilar is a very jumpy and skittish character right off the bat. You can tell that he fears the Penguin and what he's capable of doing. Throughout the entire episode, this dude was a nervous wreck. I can't say how he encountered the Penguin in this episode since it's spoiler-free, but I guess I would have been shook up too. I can relate to having bad nerves. All in all, the cast is great. So far, so good. Roger Craig Zobel was the director of the first episode and will likely continue for the duration of the series. This is my first time seeing work done by Zobel, and he's a fantastic director. I was very impressed with the direction of the first episode and where the series may go based on how this one was directed. First impressions are everything, and Mr. Zobel impressed me. You really get to see the gritty underbelly of Gotham with this series, well, at least so far. That's what I've seen presented in this episode. I'm glad they kept the noir aesthetics, which were very prevalent in the Batman film. With anything surrounding Batman, you have to deliver dark visuals, and this show seems to be doing just that. The music throughout gave an ominous and intense feeling. I felt it matched well with the tone of the episode. No major records, just instrumental music playing throughout. The dialogue in this episode was cleverly written. I particularly loved the scenes between Penguin and Aguilar. Sometimes they were intense, sometimes humorous, and then they'd go back to being dark in seconds. The pacing and the editing were consistent and strong in episode 1. I never felt like any of the scenes dragged out or went on longer than necessary. The transitions from one scene to the next felt natural, nothing seemed out of place. How far will someone go to achieve the power they've always wanted if the chance is just a heartbeat away, but dangerous tasks lie in the path? This is what I believe the story is about so far, though my opinion may change as the series progresses. The Penguin and the Penguin series is just the same as the Penguin we got in the Batman 2022 film. Now, we just get to see him in his full element since Carmine Falcone is no longer in his way. How does the Penguin stack up as a continuation of the Batman universe? Incredibly well. I'm proud that Colin Farrell is bringing the same energy to the character 2 years later. I feel like the Penguin deserves to have a series dedicated to him because of Colin Farrell's brilliant performance. Whenever he appears on screen, I can't help but think, this is method acting. You don't even realize it's Colin playing the character. That's how good he is. The Penguin is a must-watch. Colin Farrell's brilliant performance as the Penguin will keep you on your toes and intrigued. I plan on tuning in every week to see how this story unfolds, and I hope you guys join me. For the plot, I give it a 9 out of 10. For characters and performances, a 9 out of 10. For direction, 9 out of 10. Cinematography and visuals, 8.5 out of 10. Sound and music, 7 out of 10. Writing and dialogue, 8 out of 10. Pacing and editing, 8 out of 10. Themes and messages, 8 out of 10. Emotional impact, 9 out of 10. Overall enjoyment, 9 out of 10. Overall, I give the Penguin at 8.5 out of 10 thus far. This will go up and down as the series progresses, but as of right now, this is where I stand. That does it for my review of the Penguin episode 1. Tell me what you guys think about it below. All opinions are welcome. I look forward to hearing from you. Till next time, this is the Film Scout signing off. Peace.